Good morning, FPLers all over the place. Happy Saturday morning. Very early it is. Welcome to FPL Mate, your best mate for Fantasy Premier League content for the 2020-2021 season. My name is Dan, and it is the start of the biggest game week of the entire season. This is the most insane double game week we have ever seen in FPL history. So guys, I hope you have your first 11 all on double game weeks. I hope you have your chips at the ready, whether you're bench boosting, whether you're triple captaining, whatever you're doing this game week, free hitting, wildcarding. I hope you guys are ready. Good morning, everyone. Ramsey Unleashed is here. Dan Cross, Moldy. Who else we got? Any members? Adam Pearce is here as well. Mike is here. Richard Neal, E-Jazz. Loads of people. We've got a few people here. Hopefully, it'll be a pretty good one today. And we're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff. I have a feeling we're gonna be talking a lot about captains. You know, I've got Harry Kane as the picture for the stream on the thumbnail today, because I have a feeling we're going to be talking a little bit about him today. I've not actually got him in my team, but we'll talk about that for sure. And we'll talk a little bit about my team, and then we'll talk about all of your questions that you have ahead of the deadline. Hopefully you've got some questions that are relatively easy. I know there's going to be a lot of hard questions today. I know a lot of you guys are going to ask me, who should I triple captain? I'm going to have to basically put my balls on the line today, aren't I? I'm going to have to put my balls on the line and tell you who to triple captain. Look, I can't guarantee results, but let's do our best here today. But I'm pretty happy with my team today. We've got a couple of super chats kicking in already. Nidish Manny, thank you very much. And Qatari says, Dan, hope you're doing well. I'm doing very well, thank you, Qatari, man. So Foul, Pickford, Bamford, and Rafinha on the bench. Should I bench boost? Thanks. I would potentially consider taking, maybe a -4, take out So Foul, and put in maybe a Matt Target if you can afford him. Maybe a Konsa, if you can afford him, or maybe go for a Fulham defender like Aina. So maybe take one more minus, get So Foul out, and then you've got a really nice looking bench boost there, I'd say. So consider that. But thank you very much for the super chat. Really, really appreciated. Very early in the morning, so go for that. Left Gamer, what's up, dude? So, where should we start? Well, okay, there's a couple of injury rumours, so let's go through them. The Kane injury rumour, I don't think there's anything to that whatsoever. There is a Watkins injury rumour as well. I don't know if there's that much truth to it, to be honest. I think apparently some people are saying, oh yeah, he is potentially out. Other people are saying, okay, yeah, he's just got a cut, and that's the reason he was maybe missing for a day or something. So, if he's just got a cut, then that's not really too much of an issue, is it? So that'll be fine. He's coming in. I mean, after the injury news, I transferred him in after I heard that injury rumour. I really don't think there's anything to it. So I'm not going to worry too much about that Watkins injury rumour. But if you do think there's something to it, then that's absolutely fair enough. But personally, I'm not going to read into it at all. I think that's a bit dangerous, because there's just not been substantial evidence at all, really. I've not seen any substantial evidence whatsoever. So not good enough for me. And this kind of stuff is circulating on Twitter, where people are just making up rumours to try and get followers on their accounts. It happens all the time. People fake injury news. They fake team news, because they know if they, by some miracle, get it right, then they're going to gain like 2,000 followers instantly. It happens all the time. So don't worry about that too much. But, if you want to worry about that, worry about it. Maddison, definitely out. Yeah, Maddison is definitely going to be out. Grealish, I would say, is very likely to be out as well. So if you do have Grealish in your team, I would not be too confident about that one at all, really. It could happen technically, but no, I think definitely worth getting out. A few people asking generally about transfers. The a really, really broad, generic piece of transfer advice I can give you is that if you've got a player who is playing twice, a double game week player, probably don't transfer them out for another double game week player. Transfer single game week players out for double game week players in. That's probably, generally speaking, what you should be doing. If you're taking -4s to switch from doublers to more doublers, then that's probably, in most situations, it's not going to be worth it. But if you're taking hits, if you're just using your plain old Mr. free transfer, crack on, go for it. Bring in your preferred double game week player. But when we're talking about -4s, -8s, and things like that, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure I'd want to be doing that, to be honest. Just to swap a doubler for another doubler, because the doublers are good. That's what we like. Let's scroll up a little bit just so you can see the fixtures that I got there. Yeah, I am on the bench boost, guys. Some of you would have probably already known that. Some of you would have noticed it with, when the bottom bit of your screen is very green, then that's because the bench boost is happening to your team. Wow, I'm a poet and I didn't even realise it. So there you go. Ramsey Unleashed here says, do I swap Mane for Salah? I don't know. Maybe just stick with what you got. To be fair, Mane, before he got injured for those 2 games, didn't he get like a 15-point haul? It was a pretty nice score he got there. So I don't think Mane is suddenly a bad option. Obviously, I would prefer to have Salah, but is it worth the transfer? Yeah, I'm not sure. Nadish is considering triple captaining Bruno. 2 away games, and king of away games is Bruno, I think. Yeah, you're kind of right. Yeah, Bruno and Leicester are the guys you want to worry about away from home. Son, I would not be looking to triple captain. Bruno, I think, is a fairly safe triple captain choice. So absolutely go for it. And considering a lot of people are like actually transferring out Bruno Fernandes this game week, I think that is absolute madness. You are setting yourself up for failure if you're transferring out Bruno Fernandes, like, surely. Moldy says, I went boring. I used my 2 free transfers for Ings to Kane and Mitchell to Digne. I didn't want to take any hits. I have faith in Leeds today. Yeah, no, to be fair, I like that. You obviously had a lot of money in the bank if you could do Ings to Kane and Mitchell to Digne. And that's really nice. Those, like Kane and Digne, players I really like to see, this game week, is really exciting. Eric Peterson said, should I take a -12 or wild card? It depends if you think you can use your wild card a little more effectively later down the line. -12 is, getting towards wild card territory. So not sure. Maybe see if you can reduce your -12. To be honest, you shouldn't really need to take a -12 if you're not bench boosting. If you're bench boosting, then I kind of understand why you'd want to take a -12, because you might have so many changes that you need to make on your bench as well as your starting 11. But if you're wild carding, that suggests that you're not going for the bench boost. Is my hat wonky? It feels. There we go. Wait. Here we go. Stream's a bit laggy today, isn't it, guys? One day we'll fix that. Until then, you'll have to make do, I'm afraid. Is Kane playing or not? Kane will play, yeah. Ethan says taking a -8. Interesting. Darren says, Dan, would you captain DCL or Kane if you had him? For me, all right, let's just talk about this now. Because there's going to be this whole Harry Kane captaincy debacle, because obviously I've not got Harry Kane, I've not bothered to transfer in Harry Kane, and therefore I'm not captaining Harry Kane. This is the thing, a lot of FPL, FPL experts and pundits and stuff will tell you to captain Harry Kane. They will say just get Harry Kane in, captain him, triple captain him, whatever. If you're flying right now, if you're like in the top 50k, then absolutely captain Harry Kane, because he is quite literally the safe option. He's the safe option within the top players. Everyone is captaining him. If you're doing well, it's the safe option. It's the one you go for to cover your tracks. It was exactly the same last game week with Patrick Bamford. Patrick Bamford was the safe captain. And that's why a lot of people went for him. However, last game week, and it's exactly the same situation with this game week, is although Kane is a safe option, Bamford was a safe option last game week, I genuinely do not think that is the best option. Last game week, I genuinely thought Rafinha was a better option than Bamford. It just wasn't as safe as Bamford. This game week, I genuinely feel like DCL and Bruno Fernandes are better options than Kane, but they are just not as safe. Maybe Bruno is as safe as Kane, but you know, your Brunos and your Kanes are your safe captain options. But do I really think, you know, you see Spurs against teams like Burnley and Fulham, and there's never that many goals in these games. There really isn't. The situation is, you know, with a player like Harry Kane, you know that Kane is going to be involved in like 50% of Spurs goals. So Spurs score 2 goals, Harry Kane is involved in one of them. If Spurs score 3-4 goals, then maybe Harry Kane is involved in 2 of those goals. But this basically means that in order to get, you know, 2 returns from Harry Kane, Tottenham Hotspur have to score 3, 4, 5 goals against Burnley and Fulham. Now, Spurs haven't scored 3, 4, 5 goals across the past, you know, 5 or 6 game weeks. It takes they're the lowest scoring team in recent game weeks. They're not scoring that many goals. So if you are to get your big Harry Kane return, Spurs are going to have to suddenly turn it on, score loads of goals when they haven't been scoring loads of goals recently. They've got to score these goals against teams that aren't just going to let them, you know, roam free. They're not going to let them counter-attack. They're going to, you know, rely on some scrappy goals. Burnley, you know, it's not like with Burnley, you can't take pot shots at Burnley because they've got Nick Pope in goal who will make saves. Fulham are a really, really tough defence right now because they're just not letting people pass at all. You really think Spurs are going to score like 4 or 5 goals across the 2 games? I don't. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and I could be completely wrong. But I look at Spurs right now. I look at the fixtures right now. Fair enough, you can say, okay, maybe Gareth Bale comes in, creates a bit more creativity. You know, you've got Reguilon coming back as well, a bit more creativity there. I do get it. I do kind of understand why Spurs might do quite well. But I just cannot bring myself to believe that Spurs are suddenly going to score 4 or 5 goals against Burnley and Fulham. I can't see it. And that's what's going to need to happen in order for Kane to get the big haul. Now, Calvert-Lewin, on the other hand, Southampton are shipping so many goals. West Brom, they are continuously shipping so many goals. These are fixtures with a lot of goals in them. Everton are scoring goals. Calvert-Lewin is now back. He's a player who has a high XG every single game. He's a player who gets these scrappy assists, whether they're penalty assists, free kick assists. It's bounced off the back of his heel and somehow found the opposition because he's always in the right areas. He's always in the most crucial areas on the pitch, the inner box. Matthew Vaughan says, hey mate, what do you think of James Rodriguez as a differential for Grealish for free? Also have Son, Gundogan, Bruno and Barnes and Calvert-Lewin and Kane. It looks like a strong attack you've got there, Matthew. Yeah, I do like James Rodriguez as a differential, but a differential is exactly what he is. You know, you don't know 100% whether that's going to go well or not. But yeah, it's a risky punt, but in terms of risky punts, it's an okay one. It's not too bad. But thank you very much for the super chat. Mr. Venom says Soyuncu and Aina, or Dyer, or Reguilon and Aina. Oh, I see. Sorry, I think your space bar is broken, Mr. Venom. So Soyuncu and Aina / Dia, or Reguilon plus Aina, or Keane and Aina. Out of those, I probably like Reguilon and Aina the most. It sets you up long term as well because both Reguilon and Aina will play in that game week 29 where a lot of teams are blanking. So that's probably what I would do there. That looks pretty good to me. Ronan says, is so foul to Reguilon or 5.8 million defender worth a -8? I've done Insidicia. I mean, if you're forced to play the player, I would say that it's worth it. If you're going to be playing so far, or if you're on a bench boost maybe, then I would take the extra -4, do the -8, get in Regulon, to be honest. I think I would. Ramsey Lee says, is Stones a rotation risk? Yeah, he is a bit of a rotation risk. He is. He'll probably play one of these games. We'd probably be lucky if Stones plays both, to be honest. But it could happen. It could happen. Maybe Diaz is due a rest. And if that's the case, then maybe Stones plays both. Laporte plays one. Diaz plays the other. That would be ideal for me. I would love that. A nice 12-pointer from Johnny Stones. That would make my game week. I would love that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Captain KDB or Kane? Out of KDB and Kane, I do prefer Kane. I'm not fully convinced by KDB yet. Even before he got injured, it was just like he was playing fairly deep. Gundogan was the more attacking player, well, maybe equally attacking. Kane was more about the assists than the goals. I doubt he's going to be on penalties anymore. So, a lot of the appeal of KDB that was there before is kind of gone a little bit. He was missing a lot of chances as well before his injury. He's not exactly taken any since then. So, yeah. Don't know about that. Will Grealish play? No, I don't think Grealish is going to play. Is Eric Dyer a good option? Yeah. Yeah, I'd say he's a pretty good option. Wan-Bissaka or Regulon. Regulon is the advantage of going for Regulon is that he plays the game with 29, so you do have that nice long-term option. Gutham says you look like a Lingard, mate. Yes, I do. Probably, I don't know. Triple captain Cancelo. Now that is a bold one. Walter says start Cancelo or Watkins. Start both, man. Super chat from Daniel here says Jota in for injured Madison as a differential. Probably not. No, that's probably not the differential I'd be going for, to be honest. No, not too keen on that one. Maybe Barnes. Just go straight swap to Barnes. Barnes is looking really good at the moment. Could do that. Who's there? Sarah Besh says, have you used up the wild card? No, the wild card is still ready to be played in Game Week 31. It still is. Bench boost is active, as a few of you are asking. A few of you can see there as well. Yeah, the bench boost is there. So everyone you see on screen is going to be playing. My bench boost basically is relying on Leeds doing well. So I'm backing Leeds. I think they're in good form. So I'm pretty confident about that. Aston Villa are shipping chances as well. Rafinha is in insane form. Like, I don't know how anyone would bench him. I considered taking an additional -4 because I'm already on a -4 here. I considered taking an additional -4 to take out Bamford and maybe put in like Josh Maja or someone like that, or Diagna at West Brom. But it's sort of, I'd regret it later. I'd regret it in Game Week 29. And also, are these players going to outscore Bamford by 4 points? I don't think so. I think it was worthwhile just keeping them all in. I'm okay here for Game Week 29 as well. I've got like 1, 2, 3 players on the bench who all play in Game Week 29. I've got Martinez, I've got Son, I've got Watkins. So we've got 6 players for Game Week 29 already. So it's all good. Why play the wildcard in Game Week 31? Because the fixtures swing and I want to reset my team to something a bit more balanced. Holding price drop, super annoying. Nonetheless, Dyer or Concert. Holding to Dyer or Concert for a -8. I don't know if Arsenal will keep a clean sheet this game week, to be honest. It's tough to say. Leicester are kind of Arsenal's bogey team. Maybe take the -8. Because Holding's not even nailed on anymore. Which kind of adds to that as well. So yeah, there's definitely argument to do that transfer, I would say. -8 for Diaz and Barnes. I sold Grealish, should I? Depends who you're selling. Diaz and Barnes, great options for the game week, though. if you really fancy it. Che Hoswell says, holding to Aina for -16. Too far will improve bench boost. Yeah. I mean, I would kind of... I feel like holding to Aina will make up 4 points. So, yeah, I feel like that's a good move. But at -16, you have gone too far. But it's like, that is an improvement. And probably an improvement worth doing. So... oh, yeah, go for it. I guess go for it. But, you know, people like on -12s and -16s, you guys are absolutely crazy. I can't believe it. You guys are absolutely insane. But it's fun, you know, it's good fun taking all like minuses, isn't it? So I get it. I do get it. Badru says, hey Dan, last week Ings, this week Watkins, and injury rumours have already started. Oh, yeah, it always happens, doesn't it? The injury rumour mill picks up yesterday, runs right through to the deadline. I'm not buying it. Double up on the Fulham defence? Yeah, you could double up on the Fulham defence. I'm not sure I'm massive on that idea, but it's definitely a possibility. But, you know, it's high risk, isn't it? When you double up on any defence, you're taking a risk. Unless you're on Man City, where you're just like, okay, they're just going to keep clean sheets anytime. So, you can go for that. Why not? Maddison or Barnes? Definitely Barnes. Maddison's injured, so we don't really want Maddison right now. Bale is a good differential. Yeah, I would say Bale is a good differential. He's a little bit expensive for me, though, and he's not a player I'd want long-term at all, really. Hang on. Oh, sneezing. Sorry, guys. Liam says, how many players will you need for blank game week 29? You probably need about, I would say, 8. 8 players in game week 29 will keep you nice and steady. If you can get more than 8 players, or if you can get some good players in there, then that's going to improve, obviously. But that's what I would say. About if you can get to 8 players, I think you should be okay with that. Don't push yourself or take -4s to do too much more than that. Jack Fisher says, who to bench out of Bamford, Dunk or Rudiger? DCL triple captain. Love that. Who would I bench out of Bamford, Dunk and Rudiger? I guess I would bench Dunk, I guess. But that's tough. I mean, Rudiger's got the double game week, so, you know, you just back the double game week player, don't you? Like, no matter what. Yeah, not sure. What do I think of DCL triple captain? I like it. It's brave, though. It's very, very brave. I'm not sure. Not 100% sure DCL is triple captain material, if I'm honest. Just because he's not premium. But maybe that's just a mental thing. Like, I remember there was a time earlier on in the season where I was convinced DCL was the best captain, but I just refused to captain him because he wasn't the safe option, which is how I'm trying to improve my game, to be fair, because I did start off the season poorly because of some poor decisions where I was going against my gut and just trying to pick sensible and safe options. In many ways, just to appease an audience, really, because I wasn't used to having viewers watching my fantasy moves, so I was just playing very safe. And I can't remember who I captained at the time, but I was convinced it was DCL against either Fulham or Leeds. I can't remember. I was really convinced DCL is the right captain here, but I'm not going to go for DCL because I'm going to go safe. And DCL scored like an absolute monster haul, and I was like, oh, why didn't I just captain him? Why didn't I just trust myself? So yeah, trusting myself is definitely something that I'm doing a little bit more of at the moment. And people are calling me out, like I had on Twitter when I said I was captaining DCL. People calling me an idiot. Whatever. DCL is not that much of a crazy captain. And we'll see. Dan Cross correctly identified that Gundogan wasn't premium, was he? But he did have like such good form going into a game week. Like unprecedented form. Like Calvert-Lewin, he's not a premium, and also it's not like he's come into this game week with, you know, like 6 goals in the last 4 games or anything like that. If he was in that kind of form, you know, it's a no-brainer. FPL is for fun, so take risks. Absolutely, Moldy. The problem is when you've got people staring at your every move and you kind of have a little bit of a responsibility for making good decisions and helping people out, then that's kind of where the problems arise, because you're like, I have a responsibility for these people, but I also want to play my own game. Oh well. I'm learning. I am learning, to be fair. We're all learning. We're all trying to improve our FPL game, aren't we? Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, a few people are asking about Son as well. I even though I have Son in my team, he's a player that I am not convinced by this game week really whatsoever. So those of you thinking about captaining Son, I can't lie to you guys. It's not an avenue that I would be wanting to pursue. I'm not really keen on the Son captain, to be honest. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with having him in your team. I don't think he's a must transfer out or anything, but I really would not be convinced by the captain on Son, if I'm honest. It's just, I'm just not feeling it. Son is just not in good form right now whatsoever. Ricardo Duran, thank you very much for the super chat, my man. Thomas Douglas says, seen a lot of this in the chat, so Kane or DCL for triple captain. Well, like I said, I don't think DCL is triple captain material because he's a bit too risky. Kane is a safer triple captain. He's more triple captain material. But honestly, if I had triple captain and I was debating between Calvert-Lewin and Kane, I probably wouldn't go for either of them. If I had the triple captainship, I would probably play it on Bruno Fernandes this game week. So Bruno Fernandes would probably be my preferred triple captain. Even if I had Fernandes, Calvert-Lewin and Kane, I'd probably triple captain Bruno Fernandes. That said, I would not be desperate to play triple captain. If I wasn't 100% convinced by this game week for a triple captain, I just wouldn't play it. There's going to be more opportunities for a triple captain. You play it when it feels right, and if it feels right for you right now, it felt right the other game week when I played it on Gundogan. Just felt right, so I did it. You know, as simple as I like the look of the fixtures. I like the look of the player at the time. I liked his form a lot. I like Gundogan was absolutely smashing it. Really, really liked the look of him. Thought he'd play both games. It didn't happen, but he did enough in the first game to make it count. So yeah, it felt right, so I went for it. Everything sort of tied in together nicely. So yeah, you've got that option. If it feels right, if you like the look of it. But yeah, I prefer DCL as a captain. I prefer Kane as a triple captain. I prefer Bruno Fernandes to both of them for a triple captain. Stathis, thank you very much for becoming a member of the channel. Really appreciated. Do appreciate that as well. I've got a couple of super chats coming in as well. Maybe I should get them up on my phone just so I can read them a little bit quicker, because they do take a little while longer to come up on my screen. Let's find them here. So Oliver says -8 for Stones, Martinez, Watkins in, and Mitchell, Peters, Buntings out. Yeah, quite like the look of that. That's a strong -8, Oliver. I do quite like that. I mean, Stones, I would not be fully convinced by. But, yeah, in general, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then Badri says, Rudiger, Rafinha, Dallas. Oh, which one out of Rudiger, Rafinha, and Dallas, I guess? I would play Rafinha. But I would probably play Rafinha and then play Rudiger instead of Bamford. That's probably what I would say. Barnes or Traore? Barnes for this game week for sure. But, you know, Traore has that potential to play in game week 9, doesn't he? So, you know, it's a really tricky one this game week, because although it's like, oh, look how many teams have these amazing double game weeks, you do have to keep one eye on the prize. And the prize is game week 29. Emmanuel says, if you're not gonna triple captain DCL, then why do you captain him either? It's kind of because Kane is a safer triple captain. DCL is a slightly riskier, high risk, high reward type captain. And when you're using your triple captain is already the risk. So I don't know if I'd want to double the risk. Whereas Kane is a safe captain choice. Bruno Fernandes is a safe captain choice. And then you take your safe captain and you add the element of risk to him. You don't take well, I mean, you can, but I would personally not want to take a risky captain and then add additional risk to that by triple captain. I hope that makes sense. Deep Canoe says Kane, Bertrand Traore, Aina or Watkins, Son and Target. Ooh. I prefer option A, particularly if you've got Martinez in goal already. Go for Kane, Bertrand, Traore, and Aina. Quite like that. I do think that combo will outscore them. Yeah. Play Rafinha or Lowton, please. Play. Oh, that no. Okay, that is a tough one. Usually, I'd say back the double game week player, but Rafinha is just on fire. So I don't know. I feel like Rafinha has got to come into the conversation somewhere. Someone said, how come I haven't mentioned Target or Concert? I mentioned them earlier on in the stream. They are really good options, but if you've got Martinez already, I don't think there's any desperate need to double up. It's more of a case of, you know, if they happen to be, if you have a transfer to make and you need a player roughly around Concert or Target's price, then maybe you could go for that. Abimanu, thank you for joining as a member. Really appreciate that, man. And for those of you who want to join as a member, there's a join button on the page, or you can click the link at the top of the description. You can join as a member. And you get access to emojis. I can see your name much easier in chat to answer your questions. It costs 99 of your English pence per month. So hopefully really affordable for you guys as well. Ricardo Duran says one single week player spot. Ings, Bamford or Dallas. I'll go for Bamford out of those three. I think just because, I don't know. Dallas is, you know, once the clean sheet's gone, he's not going to be scoring those goals every single game week, is he? Abimanu says, how about Mane as a differential? Yeah, man. I like it. It's risky. It's really risky. But it's one of those ones that can really pay off and really boost your rank. And that's kind of what we like. If you're going to have a differential that has the potential to haul. Stathis says, any suggestions to substitute Chilwell? Yeah, Chilwell's got to go. Digne is a good option to go for. Maybe Ricardo Pereira. I like him a lot as well. If you're not doubled up on the Man City defence, maybe go for someone like Diaz or Cancelo. Could be quite nice. Plenty of options there to swap Cancelo out. Keith says, is Pereira worth an extra hit over Castan? Probably not for the extra hit. If you're taking an additional -4 to get Pereira in, then I would probably not do that. But, you know, definitely worth spending the extra 0.2 million if you already have the money. So, yeah, really like the look of Ricardo Pereira. Ricardo Pereira, Digne, these are the defenders of the game week. Oh, obviously, and like Cancelo. So, Ricardo Pereira, Digne, Cancelo, those guys are just going to smash it this game week. I'm so sure of that. Really excited to see what they produce, to be honest. Dan, do you think -12 for Dallas to Target is getting too many minuses for bench boost? Yeah, potentially at that point. Yeah, I'm not 100% convinced by that one, if I'm honest. But you know, it's tricky. It's kind of the concept of taking a -4, minus like 12, is scary. But I can't understand why people would do it, particularly if it makes sense. Hang on. Oh, sorry. I think I got a cold or something. Immune system is weak right now, as is everyone's. Hang on, guys. Let's get this up on my phone. I thought I did get a nice super chat from someone. Let's have a look. Who is it? Got a super chat from Haroon. It says, what do you make of this team for wildcard? Martinez, nice. Dyer, Diaz, Konsa, Barnes, Fernandez, Son, Gundogan, Vardy, Calvert-Lewin, and Kane captain. How well are you? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 potentially. Yeah, Haroon, that looks pretty good. I would maybe consider going in on, I don't know, can you get another Fulham player in there? Maybe do Konsa to Aina and then upgrade Lewis or Burn on your bench to another player. Yeah, obviously you're going for your bench for Gameweek 29. So yeah, I would downgrade Konsa to Aina and use that money to upgrade either Burn or Lewis to maybe like Ben White, just for the safety, because Burn and Lewis, we don't know if they're going to be playing every single game week. It's kind of a little bit of rotation risk there. So there you go. Hopefully that answers your question. And thank you very much for the very generous super chat. Do appreciate that. I've got so many injuries and non-playing players, I have to do -12. Yeah, I mean, if you're playing players that are injured or not playing, then yeah, fair enough. You kind of just have to do it. Double up on Keane and Digne. Potentially. I think there is scope to do it. I'm not fully convinced by it. FPL George says, bench one of Cancelo, Shaw, Pereira, and... What the hell? No, don't bench any of those players. No, bench none of them. That's crazy. Son and Watkins or Traore and Barnes? Definitely Kane and Barnes. Kane and Barnes for me. Hi, Dan. Is Cavani a sell? Yeah, he probably is. Because of the slight injury. He keeps picking up injuries, doesn't he? It's crazy. Tyrick Mitchell or Bamford? Come on, Bamford. Should I buy DCL and sell Antonio? Yes, absolutely. You absolutely should do that, yeah. Is triple captain Kane this week better than Gundogan triple captain next week? Yeah, the problem is Gundogan is slight rotation risk now. We don't know how many minutes he's going to be playing, so that's kind of the tricky one. So I don't know if I'd want a triple captain. Like next game week, I don't even know if I'm going to captain Gundogan just because I'm worried about the rotation. So I'm probably more likely going to captain maybe a Cancelo, if I'm honest. Bonus game says, hey, would you rather have Lookman or Harvey Barnes for the next 4 game weeks? Definitely Harvey Barnes for the next 4. Even with Barnes blanking in game at 29, Barnes will more than likely outscore Lookman over the next 4 game weeks. Lots of people asking if I'm using bench boost again. Yes, I am. I am indeed. The bench boost is activated. Fernandez captain or DCL? DCL if you fancy a little bit of a risk. Bruno Fernandes if you are playing it safe. So that is up to you. How do you want to play this game week? What is your game? What else we got? Targeting for Rudiger for a -8? Probably not. Probably not. I just trust Rudiger for the you know, these big games, Liverpool and Manchester United for Chelsea. There's every chance that that's a 0-0. Chelsea just love not conceding any goals and not scoring any goals either at the moment. They're pretty boring. And a lot of the big games, to be fair, this season have ended up super low scoring, like really cagey. So I wouldn't be entirely surprised if Rudiger did keep a clean sheet, despite the fact that the fixtures are quite difficult. Emily says, if you had to triple captain someone this week, who would you pick? I would probably go for Bruno Fernandes. If I had to triple captain someone this week. Like I was saying earlier, Calvert-Lewin is risky enough as it is without triple captaining him. So I don't think I would do that. Food in Focus says, have you still got your wild card? Yes, I do. And I'm planning on using it in game week 31. That's the plan. Kane or DCL triple captain. There are loads of people asking about triple captain. I'll say the same thing as I said before. DCL is a risky captain choice. I would probably not want to triple captain him. If I'm going to triple captain a player, it's probably Bruno Fernandes. Would I triple captain Kane? Probably not. I probably wouldn't do it personally. I'd probably just wait for another game week. But I understand why people would want to triple captain Kane. I don't think it's a stupid decision to triple captain Kane at all. It really could pay off. I don't think I would be wanting to do that personally. I don't think I'd be willing to triple captain Calvert-Lewin either, if I'm honest. But there's nothing wrong with doing it. I mean, it's a double game week. You know, it's far better to do it on a double game week than on a single game week. So if you fancy it, absolutely go for it. What's the worst that could happen? You know, you play against 4 points. It's not that bad. You know, 4 times 3 is 12. Could be a hell of a lot worse. You know, I've had triple captains with worse scores than that in the past. Mostly because of bad luck, but... Dyer or Aina or Dunk. I would go for definitely Dyer or Aina. Probably maybe Dyer. Burnley and Fulham are good fixtures in terms of keeping clean sheets for Spurs. Thoughts on Coleman? A bit of a rotation risk, isn't he? He doesn't really play as many minutes as you'd want him to. DCL or Bamford? That's a crazy question. Of course the answer is DCL. Like, I don't... You know what? Sometimes I don't understand some of the questions because people will say, would you rather have DCL or Bamford, for example? And yet on screen right now, you can see that I've got DCL on my pitch, on like starting 11 and captain, and Bamford wasting away on the bench. Of course I prefer DCL. Come on. Have I not made it obvious? Bamford's second on the bench. DCL is bang up front. Captain's armband on his arm. Let's go. Of course I prefer DCL. Will Davies play any of the 2 matches for bench boosting? What, Spurs Davies? Probably, I don't know. He'll probably play one of the matches, maybe. But it's hard to say. It depends. I wouldn't be fully convinced either way, if I'm honest. Kind of a bit of a risky one. Barnes is triple captain. That's an interesting one. I mean, potentially. It's really risky. If you were going for Harvey Barnes as a triple captain, it's really risky. But he does have really good form at the moment. And I don't hate his fixtures. They're not great, but... lots of people are just throwing into chat their entire teams. I'm probably not going to read out people's entire teams because it's like, it's not interesting to anyone else. You know, individual little questions I don't mind answering, but when someone lists out their entire team and it's like not a super chat or anything like that, then yeah, it's just not good FPL content. Like, no one else watching here cares about your entire team. So just keep stuff generic if you can, guys, if possible. And guys, as well, if you don't mind, if you can leave a like on the stream, and if you're new around here, also subscribe. That would be really, really appreciated. Any new subscribers are absolutely welcome on the channel. And let me know if you do subscribe as well. It'll be interesting to know who the new subscribers are in the chat. Captain Martinez too risky. Yeah, okay, yeah. I think we're in some dangerous territories. I do like a risky captain, or at least I do now. But I think Martinez may be a bridge too far, if I'm honest. My chat is just completely lagged out. How are we going to fix that? Oh, it's fixing itself, I think. Oh, God. I cannot wait to get a new PC. I think we're back. We're back. Dan, sell Robbo to Digne for a hit? No, I don't think so. Not for a hit. Ricardo Pereira or Digne? It's a tough one. I went for Digne in the end. Slightly more nailed. Better fixtures. Set pieces as well for Digne, potentially. So I do like him. I do like him a lot. So yeah, personally, probably Digne just edges it for me, but there's nothing wrong with going for Ricardo Pereira. He's an awesome option as well. I wish I could have both. That would be pretty cool. How about Captain Son? No. Triple Captain Cancelo? Maybe, I mean, we are in very risky territory when we're talking about triple captaining Cancelo, but it could potentially work out. Potentially. Gundogan for triple captain? No, I don't think so. Not Gundogan triple captain. I don't think so. Tom Locke just subscribed. Nice one, man. Thoughts on Traore to Harrison? Yeah, I quite like that. Bring him in. Your voice is ahead of the video camera. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm lagging like crazy today. Sorry about that. Hopefully it will fix itself. But yeah, I will fix it as soon as I can. But it's just a very expensive time, so I can't really afford to get the new PC I want at the moment. Just because moving house very soon, getting married in the summer. I can't justify buying a new PC. Nidish says in future there can be any double game week for triple captain. Oh yeah, there will be more double game weeks in the future. That's for sure. So if you're not fully confident about your triple captain this game week, don't do it. You don't have to triple captain this game week. There's going to be there'll be like 4 or 5 more double game weeks. There will be smaller double game weeks. There'll be a couple of maybe medium-sized double game weeks. Mostly there's going to be tiny double game weeks in the future now. There'll be a couple of decent ones. But the fact is that there is going to be more double game weeks in the future. So if you don't want to do it, don't triple captain. Don't feel like you have to triple captain. There's going to be more opportunities. Adam Doran says, what do you think Bruno's effective ownership will be? Like 140% probably at my rank. Like in the top 500k, it's going to be enormous. It's going to be like 140,000. I've got a little bit of hair sticking out. Where is that? Hello. That can go. Tuck that bad boy in. I need a haircut. Congratulations on the marriage. Thank you very much. It's not happened yet. It can still all go wrong. She can dump me. What else have we got? Is KDB a good captain? Maybe. A few people are saying like KDB maybe is the black horse. You know, slightly not spoken about captain option. I guess he is. I just want to see. I want to see some good form from a player before I'm triple captaining them. Is what I would definitely say. I want to see some good form, or something good recently, or some amazing fixtures. KDB is just not quite convincing enough yet, but it could very well pay off. JJ says, "I love you. Thanks for your tips. I love you too, JJ." Giannis says, "Top 100k or she dumps you." Well, I've already committed to if I don't get into the top 100k this season, I said I will wear a Tottenham Hotspur shirt for the last stream of the season. I'm an Arsenal fan, by the way, so that's why wearing a Spurs shirt would be so bad. But yeah, I will wear a Spurs. If I don't finish top 100k this season, I will wear a Spurs shirt for the last stream. Thank you for the super chat, Qatari. Raj says Werner to Vardy -4. Yeah, I think so. I think so on that one. That sounds like a sensible move. Mane and Stones or Gundogan and Trent? Gundogan and Trent out of those two options, I'd say. Oh, sorry guys. Hey Dan, would you keep Robbo at the moment with the fixtures? Probably not, no. No, really gone off Robertson. I mean, I took him out ages ago. But, yeah, no, he's a player that you've got to get rid of. He's just so expensive and offers so little. He's dropping price like crazy. Not good. When's your Q&A video out? When I bother to make it, to be honest. When I bother to finish it. I've started it, but I'll probably work on it a little bit more this weekend. So, it will come out at some point. I'm not going to rush it, to be honest. But it will be out. But thank you for asking, and thank you for remembering. Mazda says Pope and me out for Martinez and Dina for a -8. Yeah, I guess that looks kind of good. Yeah, but, you know, there's a lot of minuses. Don't be surprised if that doesn't pay off. Fazed said play me, Rafinha or Bamford. Play me just because he's got the double game week. And Tossin, thank you very much for the super chat as well. Really appreciate that. Appreciate all the super chats today, actually, guys. Really, really generous of you guys today. Really, really appreciated. We are getting close to the deadline, so shall we? Or is it maybe a bit too early for quickfire? In fact, let's do quickfire. Let's do some quickfire questions. So your shortest questions possible in the shortest, most simple terms possible. Make them fairly easy as well. And I will answer 100 questions before the deadline. So guys, questions in the chat. Keep them as short and sweet and simple as you possibly can. And I'll rattle through them now. I'm going to do it on my phone as well. Read them on my phone. Because it's less laggy on my phone. So, let's go. Hopefully by the time this chat lag reaches, the chat should absolutely start flying. And here it is, I think. Right, bench Bamford or Rafinha. Bench Bamford. Watkins captain? I don't think so. Dunk to Dina for a -4. Yes, quite like that. Watkins injured? I don't think so. Rafinha or White? I would probably go for Rafinha. Back the attacker. DCL captain? What's your reason behind? That's not a simple question, but I like the fixtures and I like DCL. Triple captain DCL? Probably not. Vardy triple? Maybe kind of risky though. Dallas still okay? Probably not for this game week. Strike or White? Definitely go for Ben White. Should I bring in Jota? I don't think so. Not quite yet. Son captain bad? Yes, I think Son captain is bad. DCL or Barnes? I prefer DCL, but they're both great options. Calvert-Lewin or Kane? I prefer Calvert-Lewin, but Kane is probably the safer pick. To be honest, they're both pretty... you probably got to have both. Not sure for captain, though. Kane is probably kind of the safer captain. Target or Consal? Target will offer you a little bit more. Kane for triple, yeah, you could potentially go for that. Rudiger for Aina, no, just keep Rudiger. Aguero in, no, far too risky. Why did I get banned from the Discord server? I have no idea. I didn't ban you. Gundogan and Sterling double up. Not so sure about that one. Konsa or Aina? I would go for Aina if you already have Martinez. Kane triple captain? Yeah, why not? Target or Dyer? I would probably prefer Dyer just about, particularly if you've already got Martinez. Triple captain Gundogan? No, not so keen on that one. Traore or Rafinha? Traore for this game week for sure. Bamford or Rafinha? I prefer Rafinha. Captain Harvey Barnes? Yeah, it's risky, but you could go for it. Madja or Watkins? I prefer Watkins personally. DCL or Bruno for captain. Bruno the safer pick. DCL if you fancy a little bit of a risk. Keane or Godfrey? Definitely Keane. Far more nailed on. Stones or Pereira? I prefer Pereira for this game week. Rafinha or Bamford? Again, Rafinha. Diaz for Dina? No, I don't think you should make that transfer at all. Just stick with Diaz. Bench boost with Pope, Cavani, White and Mitchell? No, I don't think. I know I would not bench boost that one. 2 goalkeeper rotations for coming weeks if you want to. I don't really like that strategy personally. Captain Dina? Potentially, again, really risky one, but actually I do kind of like that risk. Rafinha or Lotham? I would probably go for Rafinha. KDB or Fernandes to captain? I prefer Fernandes for a captain there. Salah for captain? I think Salah is a captain option, but you know, not too sure what's going to happen there. White or me? Oh, that's hard. Probably me, just because of the double game week. What should I do if I'm free hitting? I cannot answer that in a quick fire, I'm afraid, man. You are pushing it. It's far too late. Kane or Vardy? Probably Kane, to be fair. Kane or DCL for captain? DCL if you fancy a risk. Kane if you're really, really boring. How are you doing, Dan? Yeah, not too bad, mate. Just running through a load of questions. Barnes for Grealish for a -4. Yes, I would do that. Traore or Barnes? I would probably go for Barnes. Are you feeling good? Yes, I am feeling great. Keane or Aina? I probably prefer Keane for this game week, but Aina is a better long-term pick, so I'd probably go for Aina. Should I keep Rafinha in my team or Rudiger? I'd probably back Rudiger just for the double game week. Me or Bamford? I would probably go for me just because of the double game week, I guess. Son or DCL captain? I definitely prefer DCL to Son captain. Play Rafinha or Bamford? Play Rafinha. I will keep answering that question as many times as I can. Diaz for Dina? No. Morpay triple captain? Love the optimism, but absolutely not. Edison or Martinez on a wild card? I would probably go for Edison, to be honest, at this point. Rudiger or Rafinha? Back Rudiger just because of the double game week. Son or DCL captain? Go for DCL. Richarlison and DCL in for Firmino and Watkins? No, just stick with what you've got, I guess. Or maybe just do Firmino in for DCL. Firmino out and DCL in. That's kind of what I like. What date's the wedding? It's the 3rd of September 2021. Salah or Fernandes? Probably Fernandes, to be honest. Ings or Rafinha on the bench? Put Ings on the bench and play Rafinha. Triple captain DCL, yeah, if you like. It's pretty risky though. Mount or Aina? Probably Aina, if I'm honest. Mount, attacking fixtures not looking great for Chelsea this week. How's your rate, mate? It's fine so far, going pretty well. Stones to Pereira for -4. Actually, that's potentially not a bad transfer. Reguilon or Ricardo on a free hit? Ricardo for this game week on a free hit. KDB or DCL captain? I prefer DCL. Grealish to Bertrand Traore? Yeah, maybe. Kane injured? No, I don't think he is. Bruno or Salah triple captain? Go for Bruno Fernandes. What do you think about Son as captain? No. And bench boost with 14 double gamers? Yes, definitely. One player I should bring in, DCL. 2000 Arsenal or Man City 2021? 2004 Arsenal. Dallas, or 2003, sorry. Sidal says Stones or Alonso / Rudiger. I would go for Alonso or Rudiger, I think. Should I start Bamford, Dallas or Rudiger? Play Rudiger, double game week. Best time to wildcard is game week 31 for me personally, but who knows. Bamford or Rafinha in the starting 11. Rafinha again. Where's our wedding invite? You are not getting one now. We'll see. Maybe you come to the stag do. Pope to Lloris for -4. Not so sure about that one. Bruno or Calvert-Lewin captain? Bruno if you're feeling safe. Calvert-Lewin if you're feeling risky and frisky. Werner to DCL. Yes, I like that transfer a lot. Is Maja a good asset? Yes, he is. Kane triple captain? Yeah, that's absolutely fine to do that if you fancy it. Rafinha or Target double game week? Go for Target for the double game week. Pereira worth it? Absolutely, yes, mate. Sterling or Calvert-Lewin for captain? I would go for Calvert-Lewin. What is the meaning of life? I wish I could answer that one. Make the most of your life. Life is for loving and enjoying it and making the most of it. You only get one. I got Lookman for Grealish. Good move. Yeah, it's okay. It's pretty good. Gundogan or DCL triple captain? I prefer DCL if you're going to triple captain one of those two players. Rodriguez for Maddison? Maybe. I would prefer probably to go for Harvey Barnes. Target or Rafinha for this week? Go for Target because of his double game week. McCarthy or to Sanchez for a -4? Yeah, no, actually, not this game week. Not this game week, no. Kane or Edison captain? Definitely prefer Kane to Edison. Out of RL to Pereira for a -8. No, don't. I don't know about that one. Kane or DCL captain? Kane if you're feeling safe, DCL if you're feeling risky. Traore or Barnes? I prefer Barnes. Triple captain Son? No, do not do that. Are you an auctioneer IRL? You speak too much without a break. I'm just trying to answer as many questions as I possibly can. Richarlison or Barnes? I prefer Barnes. Rumours Sterling is benched today. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. He's not been playing great recently. So fell to White for a -8 with bench boost. No, do not do that. I don't think so. Captain Gundogan or KDB? I would captain KDB more than I would captain Gundogan probably. Fernandes or DCL triple captain? Fernandes is the safer triple captain. I'd probably go for him. Pope or Meslier in a bench boost? Pope because of the double game week, I guess. -8 to remove so far and get it in Kane. You're probably a bit too late to be doing these intricate moves, to be honest. Play Origi or McGoldrick? Neither. Jesus. Triple captain Cancelo? A bit risky. Really risky. I don't know. And that's the deadline, guys. How many questions was that answered? I must have hit 100. Was that 100 questions? Anyone keeping count? Oh, we're locked in, guys. There we have it. The deadline to the biggest game week of the entire season has just finished. We're in. We're locked in. We're done. Hopefully, guys, you're all sorted. You're all ready to go. I know I am. Locked. Love it, guys. How exciting. What an amazing double game week we have ahead of us. So much drama is going to be had. There's going to be injuries. Hopefully to none of my players. Although that wouldn't be too surprising, would it? Oh, that's going to be good. Great stream, buddy. Take a break now. Thank you, Simon. I think I might. Riser says 134 questions answered. I wonder if that's true. Jonathan says up the Wolves. JJ said 117 questions answered. Sambab says 79. Were you guys actually counting or are you guys making this up? I feel like you guys are making this up. 130 points is minimal. Yeah. We want to get above 100. I would be... yeah. Hopefully, 100 points, I would hope. For a massive double game week like this and a bench boost, if I get under 100 points, I'm going to cry. But we did it, guys. We answered as many questions as we possibly could. Take a deep breath. We're locked in. It's an exciting game week. And I guess the final thing to do before we go offline, because I'm not going to stay on for too longer. Akin says, good luck, Dan. Hope I score higher than you. Good luck, man. Good luck. Thank you for the super chat as well. Before we go off, because I'm not going to stay on late today, let's throw in the chat. Everyone throw in the chat just one comment each in the chat. Who are you captaining, or who have you already captained for game week 26? Moldy needs to run now. Need to go clean the flats and watch the football later. See you later, Moldy. Have a good one, man. Thank you for joining. Thank you for modding, as always. So, yeah, guys, throw your captain in the chat. Who are you captaining, guys? 1 million questions answered, according to Stammen. And, yeah, guys, if you're triple captain as well, let me know. I'm going to try and get an idea of who the FPL mate viewership. Who are you guys captaining? And the comments are of DCLs and Kanes and Brunos all over the place. We got a lot of DCL gang. Look at this. Yo. The FPL mate DCL gang is absolutely on flames. We love that. Few people punting on the triple captain DCL. Kane's and Fernandez's are all about as well. DCL reluctantly. Oh dear. Richarlison. Aubameyang. Someone's been listening to my fiance. Cancelo. That's an interesting one. Richarlison's an interesting one as well. We're basically all about DCL up in here, aren't we? We have got some Kanes as well. And yeah. Bruno, not as popular this game week as I thought he would be. I think among the casual player, a lot of the casual players will be captaining Bruno Fernandes, I think. That's why I always root for Bruno Fernandes to fail, just because he's a casual captain. Kane is somebody who really rates Kane. The DCL is the captain for the FPL mate legends. The high risk, high reward heroes that will fail as often as they succeed. But who cares, because it's fun. It's fun. Loads of Kane captainers. But equally, my heart, the amount of DCL gang, we love that. A few people on Salah as well. That's interesting. I've not heard Salah spoken about too much for captain this game week. Finley says, was it a mistake to get Reguilon instead of Dyer? No, it wasn't a mistake. You're fine. Gianna says, Dan, you finished top 100k or she dumps you. Yeah. We'll see. I'll finish top 100k. I'm not worried. Mr. Deed says, what does the league code do? The league code enters you into the FPL mate subscriber mini league. So yeah, you just get to come into the mini league, where you can compete against all of the all subscribers to the channel. I think there's around 15,000 people in the FPL mate league, which is pretty good. So please do feel free to join. See how you get on against the rest of the gang. The scout captain Bruno. We ain't casuals. Wait, so what, the official FPL scout, Captain Bruno? That would not surprise me, because the official FPL scout is like aimed exclusively at casuals. I think I saw a stat. So basically, the official FPL scout picks a team every game week, the team that they think that is going to score the most points each game week. So they essentially get a free hit every single game week. And someone counted up their total points of how well they've done this season. Even though they essentially have a free hit every single game week, the scout, the official FPL scout, their rank would be around like 500,000. despite having be able to pick any players they want, their total score would put them around 400,000, 500,000. So, you know, that tells you all you need to know. It's just they just pick some really basic, casual, really basic kind of teams there. But but official FPL is aimed at casual players, so they're absolutely doing, in terms of the way they're set up, it's absolutely perfect for them. Like, they're meant to be targeting casual players and, you know, players who aren't that serious. Whereas, you know, on YouTube, when we're talking about Fantasy Football Scout, Fantasy Football Hub, YouTube channels, people you might follow on Twitter, these are for people who are a bit more serious about FPL. So that's why maybe, I don't want to say our advice is better, but our advice is probably more intricate. My advice is not the most intricate on the platform, to be honest. Like, there are people who put more detail, I guess, but I don't know. I do a lot of research, but I definitely do more research than the official scout. There's like a bit of hair annoying me. There it is. I finally found this stupid bit of hair. Jack Jones has just wasted his money to say triple captain, more pay. Jack, I appreciate your super chat. And Morpay is an absolute hero. I might even bring him in at some point just for the meme. That'd be pretty funny. But anyway, guys, Harry Price says I rate the code starts with M8. Yeah, I know. I got really lucky there. The rank boost from people taking hits is going to be huge. Yeah, if you haven't taken a hit, you'll probably go up like several hundred places without doing anything, because people just streaming, like, not streaming, people are like taking hits like mad. Hassan says, would you ever cut your hair short? Yeah, as soon as I can get out of the house and just go to the barbers. Triple DCL, is it okay? Yeah, it's okay. Do the top FPL YouTubers have a mini league? Yeah, there's a couple of creators leagues that I'm in, yeah, which I'm doing okay in. I'm like, I think last game week I was 19th out of, I think it's about 65 FPL YouTubers, bloggers, pundits and something like that. There's about 64 of us, or 65 of us maybe, and I'm about 19th at the moment. So, yeah, top third, I guess, which is pretty good. Like, I'm still not completely happy with where I'm at the moment. Show us the creator league. The thing is, I don't want to bait people out, because there are some people who are actually doing really badly, and I don't, you know, it could give them bad reputation or whatever, and I don't want to do that. It's not fair. Because every single person in there is a really good FPL manager. It's just, you know, things don't always go your way. It's harsh to judge people. It's hard to judge people, you know, ranking every FPL creator based on where they are right now. Billy Fiddler, thank you very much for the 79 pence. Making me say your name again. Right, guys, I'm dipping out. I am dipping out. Keith Walker says, what do you ask for when getting a trim? Skin fade. Jack Jones says, shout out Butter Gang. I don't even know what that is. Jack Jones, you're on one today, though, but I do appreciate the super chats, man. Lucy says, you need to get your fiance on stream. Check out my Twitter, at FPL, mate. She did a video on my channel. On my Twitter account. So if you want to check her out, that's a weird way of phrasing it, but go check out my Twitter, at FPL mate, and she did a little video with all of her recommendations for Gameweek 26. Anyway, I'm actually going now, guys. You're not going to keep me on here for any longer. As much as I love chatting with you guys, I need to go and get on with my day. So good luck, everyone, this game week. I hope you all absolutely smash it. DCL gang, let's go. See you guys on Twitter. We'll chat over there. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one, guys. Whether that's a deadline stream on Monday, maybe I'll get out the Q&A video before then. Who knows? But I'll see you on the next one, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later, mates. Bye-bye.